The gallows stood in the center of the dusty square, its rough wooden beams creaking under the weight of silence. By dawn, the whole town had gathered, men in sun-bleached hats, women clutching shawls tight around their shoulders, children peeking from behind wagon wheels. Everyone knew why they were there. She stood beneath the noose with her hands tied, wrists raw from rope burn. Her name was Clara Hale, 22, orphaned, young, quiet, the kind of woman people noticed only when she was gone. The sheriff sat tall on his horse, jaw set like stone. "Clara Hale," he declared, voice carrying across the square. "You are found guilty of the murder of Jacob Turner. Sentence is death by hanging." A murmur rippled through the crowd. Some nodded. Some looked away. Clara lifted her chin. Her eyes searched the faces, not for mercy, but for one person who might know the truth. She found none. Jacob Turner had been found dead in his barn 3 nights earlier, a knife in his chest. Clara had been seen arguing with him that same evening. He was a powerful ranch owner. She was his hired hand. In this town, that was enough. "I didn't kill him," she said softly. The sheriff leaned forward. "Save your breath." The rope was placed around her neck. The hangman adjusted the knot with practiced indifference. Clara closed her eyes, her mind drifting not to fear but to exhaustion. She was tired of fighting, a world that had decided her fate the moment. She was born poor and alone. "Wait!" The voice cut through the square like a whip crack. All heads turned. From the edge of the crowd stepped a man few had noticed at first, a tall cowboy in a dark coat, weathered boots coated in trail dust. His face was lined not by age but by loss. His name was Eli Boone, a widower. 2 years earlier, he'd buried his wife on a hill overlooking his ranch. Since then, he spoke little, worked hard, and kept to himself. No one knew why he was here. The sheriff narrowed his eyes. "This doesn't concern you, Boone." Eli walked forward anyway, each step deliberate. "It does now." The crowd parted as he approached the gallows. He looked up at Clara. Really looked at her. Fear flickered in her eyes, not for herself but for him. "Eli," she whispered. "Don't." He turned to the sheriff. "She didn't kill Turner." "And you know this how?" The sheriff snapped. "Because I did." A stunned silence followed. Gasps erupted. Someone dropped a hat. Clara's breath caught in her throat. "What are you saying?" the sheriff demanded. Eli removed his hat. "I killed Jacob Turner." Chaos exploded across the square. The sheriff dismounted. "You confess to murder?" "I do." Clara shook her head violently. "No, he's lying!" Eli didn't look at her. His eyes stayed on the sheriff. "Turner came onto my land 3 nights ago, drunk, threatening. He said he'd force Clara to sell her late father's plot or he'd ruin her. I followed him back to his barn to confront him. Words turned ugly. He drew a knife. I took it from him.